All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to another Cultural Awareness Podcast episode, man. And again, I express my gratitude not only to God but also to you guys, you as my fans, for liking, commenting, and supporting the movement of Cultural Awareness Podcast, but also to God because obviously it's God, number one. Number two, I'm thankful for everything I have in my life, right? Thankful for family, thankful for work, thankful for life, thankful for a place to stay and sleep, you know what I mean? Thankful, for all the relationship I'm building and I have built in the past, I have a lot of people to be thankful for. The Nelson Minor, Lori Minor, family, the Dickey family, oh my God, the Wyatt, a bunch of people that I am very, very, very thankful for in my life, right? All that have at least shaped me to become the man that I am today. So I want to express my gratitude. Thank you again a lot for everything, every single one of those people, even the people that I'm forgetting, even like my mom, I'm thanking everybody. My rest in peace to my dad, but my dad as well. So I'm thankful for to everyone that have contributed from near or from far to shape the man that I have become. That being said, so on the story of the day, I want to say, man, what do you do as a man or a woman to spice up your relationship? What do you do when you get home, to keep your partner always engaged? You know what I mean? Because a lot of people make a mistake of thinking that just because you are married, you need to let yourself go because, hey, you got a ring now. Both men and women. I'm not picking any side on this one. I'm saying both sides, you guys needs to still be working together. Another man, there was a man as a joke that they asked him, what is adultery? And he said, adultery is when you marry a woman and when she was very skinny and lean or whatever, and then she get in a marriage within 5 years, she's already obese, she has a certain type of weight. That is adultery, man, because you are not the same person that are married. Same for men and women. So that is a joke, but at the same time, it's something that there's a little bit of truth in every joke that we tell, right? So please make sure you keep yourself in good shape and everything. You found out you gain some couple pounds, nothing wrong with going to the gym, putting your ass to the gym. I'm not asking you to kill yourself because obviously we understand that there are some people with health issue and health concern out there, but please take some time to go ahead and make yourself better. You know what I mean? Better your life. Like that, you are who you attract. If you want to have a man with a six pack, make sure you yourself at least go to the gym because that's where the man with a six pack will be. You know what I mean? Or a man with a six pack will be. So if you want a man that is in finance, make sure you learn about finance and surround yourself with people that are in finance so that you will learn on exactly what you are attracting. You know what I mean? So that being said, today's story is a story of a woman who wrote us saying this. She's 32 years old. She has a one child, but she and her current husband met, and within the first 4 months, she got pregnant. Within 4 months in the relationship, she got pregnant, right? And she ended up moving with the man, and then they ended up getting married. But she said ever since they got married and she moving, nothing is going right. So I was like, what do you mean? She said, well, every time in order for her, that she said lately, at least for about a year now, nothing's going right because she have to drink a lot of alcohol in order for her to have sex with her man. I was like, is his breath smelling or something? And you can't handle it or what? She said, no, that is not it. She doesn't understand what is going on, but she just knows that, she just have to be drunk, and she said she doesn't even like alcohol, but every time she find herself, that I guess she's no longer attracted to her man, or she doesn't feel nothing, and she even proposed to him to get another wife, get another woman so he can leave her alone and she can just be there, you know what I mean? And the man said, no, you're my wife, I don't want to go. This is a woman, again, that is asking her husband to get another wife because she says sexually she's not feeling it, right? And she said she have never cheated on her husband or anything, but she said apparently let me give you a background. So when she met her husband, he had a lot of money, businesses were going right, and now that she's with him and she have moving with him, she said nothing is going right. His husband, he's losing all on his business, and she feel guilty that it might be her fault that he's falling, and the husband got sick, and lately, like, it's been a struggle or whatever, and now she's saying she she wants to leave, but she feels bad of leaving him. That's why she's still around. And every time she brings the subject of him at least getting another woman, the man is saying no, he's sticking with her. And she's asking what should she do to, like, with her husband, should she leave, should she stay, or whatever, you know what I mean? So one thing we have realized through our society, that was the story, man. And please feel free to go ahead and leave us some comment. But what I wanted to say is this. One thing we have realized through society is money create excitement. Man, 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 man. If you want, when you have money, like Corey Holcomb say, you can attract women. But when you have a lot of money, you can attract some of the most beautiful women you can find in this world. That being said, money is a good icebreaker. I have never seen it will be difficult for you to have all that money and not being, and having women turning you down because you have a lot of money. It's very difficult. I'm not saying it cannot happen, but it's very, very, very difficult. That being said, men, look for your money. Because men love women, but women love money in general. Not all of them in general. I'm speaking in general terms here. So let's get back to this story. So I asked, why is it that you feel the need to drink every time before? Because for me, it's a way of repudiating somebody. It's like somebody is smelling bad, or like, I don't want to do this, but since I have to, then I will go ahead and get drunk so I don't feel anything. So it's like you are not there. And I said, so what does your husband feel about it? She said, well, he's the one that actually buy me the beer before we go into action. And I was like, whoa, that is crazy, because to me, she doesn't have a real problem. Maybe we should talk about her for a second, because this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that what are you doing yourself to spice up your relationship, right? Because they are just by with a look, you should be able to tell if you want your man or if your man want you or not, just with a look. So what are you yourself doing in order, like, once you realize that you are starting to feel some type of way, what are you doing to spice up the relationship? Are you guys just laying down here a missionary, especially that we know that sex is involved? The same, sex that you were having when you were 20s is not the same sex when you're having, like, your late 20s or your beginning 30s or your late 30s, or maybe when you are 40, 50, and things like that. Things change, right? So you guys are both young. You are 32 years old, and I guess he's like 35. So what seems to be the problem? Is he not performing or something? So I brought the story to someone else, like, an elder that, see this, and the elder says she probably feel like, he said to tell her that, is it not true? People in Africa see things. So he said, is it not true that when she's having sex with him, she's thinking of one of her ex? I was like, whoa, where is this coming from? I didn't see that. So she's thinking of her ex? He said, yeah, tell her, ask her. The girl is thinking of one of her, or few of her exes when she's with her husband. Let me tell you this. There's a reason that they are your exes. They are your exes because it's number one, it's in the past. There's always a reason why people are your exes, but obviously that relationship didn't work out. So you have a good man out here taking care of business. But yet, because maybe he's not hitting you the way you want, you need to be the one working on that with him. I know that talk with him, tell him, like, when you hit me on this part, this is where I feel good. You know what I mean? Don't keep it a secret and put your body like a maze where this man have to discover for some reason what place makes you jiggle. Like, no, like, come on now. If somebody's not doing something right, at least when you tell us, man, that, hey, you are not doing this right, we try to correct it. We try to be like, okay, how can I improve? But when you tell a woman you are not doing this right, usually it turns into a confrontation. Like, oh, who are you comparing me to? Is that I'm not like one of your slut that you have out there. You know what? Instead of improving on, okay, this is what is not working well for him. How do I improve it so I can make this relationship better? Same thing. If you feel like your husband is not hitting it right, or something is happening, something is created a block in your head or whatever, have a sit down with him, discuss with him like, hey, can we try this other position? Because when you are hitting this way, I might not be feeling. But she's saying that is not the problem. So she has a blockage, and I think it's probably because the man lost all his businesses, right? And now she said they are struggling when in fact at the beginning he had a lot of money and things like that. So are you going to be that type of woman that once the real hard time comes, you are ready to jump off the boat just because your husband no longer has it like he used to? No, man, you cannot do that. You have to be reasonable, man. If your husband no longer has it like he used to, then you guys work together. You be like, hey, where do you need help with? Be that person, be that good companion for your husband. Instead of trying to jump off the boat, say like, hey, how can we make this better and recoup everything we have lost? That is how a real person will be. Just like when you have a friend and the real friends are like, hey, bro, where you need help at, man, I got you. You know what I mean? That's what you need. So you have many problems. Is it because the money is done? Is it because maybe your husband is not hitting it right? Is it something creating a block in your head that maybe you need to see like a psychologist to unblock it? Like, so what exactly seems to be the problem? Because she just says she have to drink a lot to have sex with him. So maybe it's because you are thinking of one of your exes, like an elder suggested. So I don't know. But whatever it is, man, figure it out very fast, because alcohol is not a solution. It's like somebody saying I have to drug myself because of this. No, man, drug is not good. Just like alcohol, it's not good for your system, especially when you consume it in extra. Also, you yourself, you can help your husband. We have a lot of spice in there, like just ginger alone should be able to, like, if you incorporate ginger in your food and everything, it should wake up your man. He might hit the right spot just because it will keep him a lot harder. So you got to figure out what you feed your husband. Do not feed too much oil and fry stuff. Do not speak too much salt. You know what I mean? They are tricks and things that you need to avoid. Do not get a lot of alcohol, because we all know alcohol will diminish a man's performance sexually. So there are a few things like that. Eat a little bit of crudity, meaning things that are not cooked, right? Like salad. Salad is good, man. You can eat tomatoes today with radish and things like that. You can boil how do you call this? I believe it's celery leaf, and drink it to cleanse your body and things like that. So there are multiple things you can do as a woman to help your husband. That's why we say behind every man, every great man, there is a great woman, right? Not a woman, but a great woman. You know what I mean? So you have to do those little things that allow your man to live longer, be able to perform better. You know what I mean? Because even if you give him a Viagra right now, that will kill him. By me killing him, I mean, like, he will perform for maybe the next 4 or 5 years, and then his dick just dies. You know what I mean? Because too much machine, even machines break down. What make you think a human dick will not break down as well? So that would be my advice. Find a way to spice up the relationship. Find a way to have a conversation with him about the spot that make you hit that level. You know what I mean? That seventh sky, like we like to say in French, right? The septième ciel. So find a place like that. Find things that will allow you to make better your relationship. And if you have a blockage that you think you need to see a psychiatrist, hey, a psychologist, yeah. Is it psychologist or psychiatric? Whatever, which one, man. And go ahead and incorporate that. That will be very, very helpful. That being said, I appreciate the story, number one. And number two is I'm thankful for my friend. I'm grateful for everything I have in life, man. And I hope that you guys also have something to look forward to, something that you are grateful for. We always have something we are grateful for. If you were making $10,000 last year and this year you're making 15, be grateful, man. Because when you are grateful, imagine, like Steve Harvey said, imagine if somebody, your neighbor, keep coming and asking you for, like, hey, can you hook me with with salt or whatever? I'm taking random things like with sugar, like, and you keep giving it to him, giving it to him, giving it to him, and he never says thank you. Like, how will you feel? I believe by the fifth time you're like, hey, come on, man. The least you can do is say thank you when somebody give you something. You know what I mean? Same thing with universe. Same thing. Let's be thankful for what we have so God can give us more. That being said, thank you again for listening to this podcast. Please feel free to like, share, comment, and everything. And that being said, oh man, I have used that sentence like 3 times already. And okay, we are all good now. So, thank you, and you guys have a great day. God bless. Peace.